The Nixie of the Mill Pond. At dawn by the mill pond, a desperate miller wondered what price he might pay to change his fate. He and his wife lived in a small house by the large, clear pond. They once had enough, but their luck had run out. Day by day, they grew poorer. One morning, the miller was filled with despair. He walked to the edge of the pond, the rising sun warming his face, and wondered what he would do. The Nixie appears. Suddenly, a beautiful woman with long, flowing hair rose from the water. It was the Nixie of the mill pond. She spoke to him in a soft voice, asking why he was so sad. The miller was surprised, but told her about his money problems. He explained that he and his wife had nothing left. The Nixie's bargain. The Nixie smiled and made him a promise. "I will make you richer and happier than you have ever been," she said. "But you must promise me something in return. You must give me the new life that has just been born in your house." The miller thought she meant a small creature of the house, perhaps a pet or farm animal. Good news at home. The miller quickly agreed to the deal. He felt happy and hopeful for the first time in a long time. He rushed home to tell his wife the good news. As he approached his house, he saw their maid running towards him. She was smiling and looked very excited to share some wonderful news with him. A son and regret. The maid shouted with joy, "Congratulations! Your wife has just had a baby boy." The miller was shocked. He realized with horror what he had promised to the Nixie. He understood that he had accidentally promised his own child. He went to his wife's bedside, his heart heavy with sadness and regret over his foolish promise. Wealth, worry, warning. From that day on, the miller's luck changed. He became very wealthy. Everything he did brought him success and riches. However, he could never be truly happy because he always remembered his promise to the Nixie. He warned his son to stay away from the mill pond, but he never told him why. Hunter's wedding. The boy grew into a handsome and skilled young man. He became a great hunter. The lord of the village was so impressed with his skills that he gave him a job. The young hunter fell in love with a beautiful girl from the village, and they decided to get married. Their wedding was a big celebration. Drawn to the pond. One day, the young hunter was chasing a deer. The deer ran deep into the forest, and the hunter followed it without thinking. When he finally caught the deer, he realized he was far from home. He looked around and saw that he was standing at the edge of the dangerous mill pond. He felt a strange pull. Taken by the Nixie. He bent down to wash the blood from his hands in the clear water. As he touched the water, the Nixie rose from the pond. She smiled and wrapped her wet arms around him. She pulled him down into the water with her. The young hunter disappeared beneath the surface of the pond, leaving no trace behind. Search and dread. When the hunter did not return home that night, his wife became very worried. She searched for him everywhere, calling his name. She had a terrible feeling that something bad had happened to him near the mill pond. She ran to the water's edge and saw his hunting bag lying on the ground. She knew what had happened. dream of a cottage. The wife was filled with grief. She walked around the pond day after day, crying and calling for her husband. She didn't eat or sleep. She just waited for him to return. One night, she had a dream. In the dream, she was climbing a dangerous mountain, and at the top, she found a small cottage. Gift, golden comb. In her dream, an old woman with kind eyes came out of the cottage. The wife told the old woman about her husband. The wise woman listened carefully and then gave her a golden comb. "Wait until the full moon," she said. "Then go to the mill pond and comb your hair with this golden comb." Moonlit glimpse. The wife woke up and found the golden comb in her hand. She waited for the full moon. When the night came, she went to the mill pond and started to comb her long black hair. As she combed, her husband's head rose from the water. He looked at her with sad eyes for a moment, then a wave came and pulled him back under. Gift, golden flute. The wife was heartbroken, but she didn't give up. That night, she dreamed of the wise woman again. This time, the woman gave her a golden flute. "Wait for the next full moon," she said. "Go to the pond and play a beautiful song on this flute." The wife woke up with the golden flute in her hands. Music raises hope. The wife waited another month. When the full moon shone brightly in the sky, she went to the pond and played a sweet, sad song on the golden flute. As she played, her husband rose from the water up to his waist. He reached out his hands to her, but a powerful wave pulled him back down into the depths. Gift, spinning wheel. The wife was desperate, but she still had hope. She dreamed of the wise woman a third time. This time, the woman gave her a golden spinning wheel. "Wait for the next full moon," she advised. "Go to the pond and spin golden thread with this spinning wheel until the spool is full." Spun thread, freedom. The wife woke up with the golden spinning wheel beside her. She waited for the full moon again. On that night, she went to the pond and started to spin golden thread. She spun and spun until the spool was completely full. As she finished, her husband rose from the water completely free. Reunited, they flee. He ran to his wife and took her hand. They were so happy to be together again, but they knew they were not safe. The Nixie would be angry. They decided to run away from the mill pond and never return. They ran as fast as they could, holding hands, not daring to look back at the water. Flood and a prayer. The Nixie was furious when she discovered the hunter had escaped. She caused the mill pond to overflow. A huge wave of water chased after the couple. The wife was terrified. She prayed to the wise woman for help. In that moment, she felt a strange power and had an idea to save them from the flood. Thorns block the Nixie. The wife threw the golden comb behind her. It instantly turned into a huge thicket of thorns with thousands of sharp spikes. The Nixie had to fight her way through the thorns, which slowed her down. The husband and wife kept running, but they could still hear the angry water rushing behind them, getting closer. Mountains stop the Nixie. The Nixie finally got through the thorns, but she was hurt and even angrier. The water continued to chase the couple. The wife then threw the golden flute behind her. It immediately turned into a high mountain range with sharp, rocky peaks. The Nixie had to climb over the difficult mountains, which took a long time. Furnace defeats the Nixie. The Nixie was exhausted, but she did not give up. She crossed the mountains, and the water continued to follow the couple. Finally, the wife threw the golden spinning wheel behind her. It transformed into a vast, fiery furnace. The heat from the furnace was so intense that it started to dry up the water. Nixie defeated. The Nixie could not pass the fire. The rest of the water from the mill pond turned into steam and disappeared. The Nixie was defeated. She had to return to her now much smaller and quieter pond. She knew she had lost the young hunter forever and would not be able to harm anyone else for a long time. Starting over together. The husband and wife were finally safe. They had lost everything they owned, but they had each other. They walked to a nearby village where no one knew them. They were poor, but they were happy. They worked hard and slowly built a new life for themselves, far away from the cursed mill pond and its Nixie. Love stronger than magic. They lived a long and happy life together. They never forgot the Nixie of the mill pond, but they were no longer afraid. They knew that their love and courage had been stronger than her magic. They had faced a great danger and had won. What about you? Do you believe love can be stronger than fear, money, or even magic? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.